Welcome friends to Power Plant Guru YouTube channel. Friends, I am a mechanical engineer with around 20 years of experience in the field of power plant, and I used to create small fundamental knowledge series videos for power plant engineers. We also run doubt clearing sessions on weekends. So if you want to reach us, you can reach us through comment section and join our weekend classes. Let us continue to watch our today's video.
Hello friends, welcome to the new video of Power Plant Guru. And in this video, we will talk about why a cooled air or how a air cooler plays an important role in gas turbine. So there was some comments on my video that why do we need to cool the air before entering into the compressor if it gonna be high while it goes in the output. So basically, there were viewers who wanted to understand what is the role of cooling the air before compressor inlet. So this video will talk about in that a bit in detail. If you have further more query, you can ask in comment section. I'll try to respond there as well. So gas turbine, you might be knowing, utilizes a lot of air to process the combustion process, and there are few uses where air before entering to the uh, inlet air filters. That also many people uses fogging and other methods to cool so that while it enters into the axial flow compressor before turbine, they try to reduce the temperature. Why, in principle, people does that is to uh, just a very, very elementary concept if you try and dig out. As if you reduce the temperature of the air, air is getting dense, or if you increase the temperature of air, it will get a rarefication effect. So, if you want to uh, control or improve on the mass of the air which is entering into the your turbine section, you have to reduce the temperature so that within the same volume you can put more mass of the air so that you can put in the you can keep the same air to fuel ratio, and then you can put more fuel into the combustion chamber. So that is where the basic concept that air is reduced of temperature so that higher mass can be introduced into the turbine. So that's one. And there are other application of air coolers also when the air passes into the next stage of compressor. For example, there will be an atomizing air compressor. So once the atomizing air compressor uses, you know, as an inlet, it utilizes the outlet of main air compressor's air. So already it has a certain discharge pressure for main compressor, and then that is utilized as a inlet pressure to the atomizing air compressor, and then there is again some pressure ratio which atomizing air compressor delivers. And in between that, there is also a cooler. So that we call it, pre-cooler for atomizing air compressor, or you can call it as an intercooler as well. So why these kind of coolers are used? The basic fundamental which I told you. Now, how if you want to relate into thermodynamic calculations or in terms of efficiency or power consumption, so how we can do that? So the concept here is if you think of put the pointer here. So if you talk about when you are compressing the air, definitely the temperature at the outlet will rise. And how it will rise, you can just figure it out from basic thermodynamic principle. It is the same air where there is external work is being done to compress, and that work energy is also getting, transmitted, and overall energy. If you sum up, then definitely the temperature at the exit is gonna rise. So that's the where you have that temperature exit, and that's a basic principle when you see any compression type of engine as well, like in any diesel engine. That's also a very fundamental thing which you can notice. Now, why we need to cool that air before the next stage, starts? So for that, there are two, three benefits. One is the cooling will get you reduce the specific volume, so that the next stage of compression is easier, and then you get a lower power consumption is the next stage cooler. That's how you increase the overall efficiency of machine, and then you have less power consumption in the compression also in the compression process. So that increase your overall compression efficiency. And if you have less power consumption in the compressor cycle, then the if there is the same power, so your efficiency is more, power is same, then you have compression ratio is higher. Compression ratio you can increase. So that's how the basic fundamental is. In the next slide, let's see how you can understand with the help of formula. So if you see here in this formula, if you want to calculate a gas turbine or any compressor polytropic efficiency, so this is the formula: gamma minus 1 to the power gamma log discharge of uh, discharge pressure by suction pressure, and then logarithmic of discharge temperature by inlet temperature. So here you see the temperatures are at the denominator. Okay, so if you reduce the temperature, definitely you will, reduce this overall denominator part, and then your efficiency will go high. So that is why technically or theoretically it is, proven that if you want to increase the efficiency, you have to reduce the temperature. So that's how you try to put intercooler in between, so that decrease the discharge temperature to boost the efficiency. If you boost the efficiency, your overall cycle efficiency will be higher. Your compressor compression ratio will also be high. So fundamentally, two things. One is you can induct more mass of air within same volume. That's one. Second thing is your compression process efficiency gets higher, and you will get an improved pressure ratio from your compressors. So those are the two things. Hope whosoever has put that comment for getting into details, I hope I am answer to that questions. And if you have further questions, we can discuss through comment section. Thank you for watching this. Thank you very much for being a subscriber to our channel. Thank you.